Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be ranking the last 10 NBA Rookie of the Years based off of ability and impact. So things like potential, accolades, and contract are not factors. This is based solely off of how good and impactful I think they are right now, and this list is from 10 to 1, so I think it's pretty interesting. Starting with number 10, which is Michael Carter Williams, who won Rookie of the Year while playing on the Process Sixers. A lot of that was him having the ball in his hands quite a bit and having a big role. And since then, he's become a journeyman. He's played for several different teams. He's now on the Orlando Magic as a starting guard due to all their injuries, though he is injured right now. He's averaging 8.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 4.5 assists. He's an okay backup player, but it's tough in the NBA when you can't shoot, and he is number 10. Number 9 is Blake Griffin. If this was based off of past accolades or done two seasons ago, he would be much higher, but Blake is no longer the Clipper who soared through the air and dunked everything, or even the guy he was on the Pistons, a skilled player, primary ball handler who made the All-NBA third team in 18-19. He's now a role player on the Nets who provides value through things like his passing and shooting. He's averaging 11.5 points, 5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists on the season. Not a bad player. He's still ranked over Michael Carter Williams, but no longer the player he used to be, so he settles for 9th on this list. Okay, now we get to the good NBA starters. And number 8 is Andrew Wiggins, a player who has not lived up to his potential since being drafted by the Timberwolves. He was a future star, then he was a total bust, and now I think he's a bit of a disappointment, but still a solid to very good NBA player. He's averaging 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists as a starter on the Warriors. He's a good starter. He's shooting the ball efficiently. He's averaging a steal and a block. Just a decent starter, a player who has been taking pride more defensively and has been better defensively. Offensively, his shooting has improved. There's still some flashes, but things have sort of held him back throughout his career, and 2 assists a game is pretty poor. So he's still a good NBA player, but there's lots of very good players who have won Rookie of the Year, and Wiggins settles for 8th. Okay, number 7 is Malcolm Brogdon, who was the rare second-round pick who won Rookie of the Year in a race that was between him and Embiid, who just didn't play enough games. So he won Rookie of the Year. He's played on the Bucks, is now on the Pacers. He's averaging 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists on very good efficiency. There was a season where he averaged 50, 40, 90 efficiency. He's not quite there this season, but he's just a very good fundamental point guard and player in the NBA, someone who is a decent playmaker, a decent scorer, a good defender, and a good rebounder, a solid all-around player. I thought he was the Bucks' second best player in 2019, and now he's one of the Pacers' best players. Okay, now we get to the players who are stars right now or have star potential, though potential isn't a factor. And number 6 is Ja Morant. Ja Morant is in his second year. He's the most recent winner of Rookie of the Year, and he's already up in 6th. He's averaging 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. He's the point guard for the Memphis Grizzlies, and he has struggled with injuries a bit this season, but he's back now, and he's one of the most exciting and fun players in the NBA in terms of the ferocity, attacking the rim, his playmaking, how unselfish he is, and how willing he is to make his teammates better. I love to watch Ja Morant play. His shooting has not been good this season, especially from 3. I think he's shooting like 25%, but there are signs that will improve, and so will his defense. He has all the athletic tools. If this was based on potential, he'd be very, very near the top, if not top. But right now, he's still just a player who's a borderline all-star and a very, very good point guard. So he's number 6. Number 5 is Karl Anthony Towns, who has played in Minnesota his whole career and has really suffered with injuries for the last two seasons, but is still young and is still a very, very good player, especially offensively. This season, he's averaging 24.5 points, 11 boards, and 4 assists. He is probably the best big man shooter of all time, especially from three. He's just a great three-point shooter and scorer, whether it be in the post or the pick and roll. Catching the ball at the elbow, he's a much improved playmaker. He's averaging 4 assists. So one of the best, if not the best, offensive center in the NBA. Just one of the best centers in the NBA. But what holds him back is that he is just an average defender. He's no longer a terrible defender, but just average despite his physical tools. It's never quite worked out for him on that end. So that's what holds him back, but still 5th on this list. It's pretty good. Okay, now it's tough. The top 4 is 4 players who are primary ball handlers who are point guards. It's Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons, Dame Lillard, and Luka Doncic. Ranking these 4 was really, really tough. Here I have a decision between Simmons and Kyrie, and then next I have a decision between Lillard and Luka. Okay, so number 4, I went with Kyrie Irving, who is the Nets point guard / shooting guard. He was the point guard earlier in the season. Now James Harden does a lot of the ball handling duties, but Kyrie still does some ball handling when Harden isn't on the floor. So it's interesting. But he's had a pretty crazy career, from being drafted in Cleveland and being the man for a few years, then being the second option with LeBron, then being the first option in Boston where it didn't quite work out, and now playing on the Nets with KD and Harden. He's averaging 28 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. Almost on 50-40-90 efficiency. He is in an ideal role where he can drift in and out of games, but just turn it on. And he's a great scorer and a good playmaker. So a very good player, especially offensively. What holds him back here is he's just an average defender, if not below average. So it's tough to put him any higher when he's more of a one-way player. Though Kyrie and Simmons, it was so close for me, but I went with Ben Simmons, who is number 3 on the list. He's the point guard / like a wing player for the Sixers. It's tough to describe Ben Simmons positionally. He's averaging 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists, as well as 1.5 steals. He is an absolutely great playmaker, especially in transition. He's one of the best transition players in the NBA, a good finisher around the rim, someone who can attack the rim when he wants to, though aggressiveness is a problem for him. And his other problem is shooting. He is just not a good shooter. He's not even a shooter at all. Barely attempts any three-pointers, and that's held him back, but he's still an effective offensive player, and then defensively, this is what put him over the top. He is, in my opinion, one of, if not the best defensive player in the NBA, with the ability to guard guys like LeBron James one night, then guard guys like Curry and Lillard the other. His defense is just insane. He's 6'10", super long arms, gets so many steals, deters so many possessions, and that's what got him in 3rd. Okay, the top 2, Doncic and Lillard. Number 2 for me is Damian Lillard. So close between him and Doncic, but this season Lillard is averaging 29.5 points, 4 rebounds, and 7.7 assists, and his deep shooting has just been ridiculous. Him and Curry are the 2 guys who are just incredible deep shooters. He's also just an incredible scorer, especially out of the pick and roll. He might be the best pick and roll player in the NBA in terms of his ability to pull up for a 3 off a pick and roll, but then also attack the rim and beat the second defender, or even kick out and play make for shooters and other players. He's also a great playmaker, just maybe the best offensive player in the NBA. He's just been incredible this season, an MVP candidate for sure. Again, not a great defender, but he certainly makes up for it. Okay, and number 1 is Luka Doncic, who just edged out Damian Lillard. This season, Luka is averaging 28.5 points, 8 rebounds and 9 assists. And the first thing to mention would just be his playmaking. He's on a different level from almost everyone else in terms of the passes he makes and sees. His drive and kick game, when he gets inside, it's game over for the defense. He's a 6'7" point guard. His shooting was not great at the start of the season, but he's improved it to 37%, which is really good considering the shots he takes, sometimes too tough. Just a very special offensive player, and it's going to be at the top of many, many lists for many, many years. And then defensively, I mean, he's not great, but he's 6'7", so a lot of the work is just done for him there. So that's my list, ranking the last 10 rookie of the years based on current ability. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more of these types of videos, like ranking the last 10 MVPs or 6 man of the years, or number 1 picks. This could be a cool genre of video. But anyways, thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel for more NBA content, and I'll see you guys next time.